Good morning. Happy Monday. Do, 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 do. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a pretty decent weekend, honestly. Me and the kids had a good time yesterday. So if you didn't watch um, our short videos, we had a good time. So we don't do that often, but when we do, it's pretty fun. It's really fun. Um, yeah. So early morning. There's something I want to talk about. There's two things I want to talk about this morning. One is still the the fact that there are still people that exist in this world that are so, what is it? Like, I don't want to be judgmental. I don't want to be mean when I say certain things. So, but it's like people can still be ignorant to the fact that there's still there's interracial relationships among us. So yesterday, um, me and Claudia and DJ and Kamali, we was out here. If you guys didn't see my previous live video from yesterday, it's either called Chill With Us or Vibe. Cause I know it was like two different videos. For some reason, YouTube had uploaded it twice. But yeah, and I didn't want to delete it because I wasn't sure if I delete one, then both of them gonna get deleted. So I just labeled both of them. Um, but yeah, so we was all sitting out here, you know, go check that video out, and the neighbor back there, like the neighbor that's literally like, you know, that's right over there, was, she was over there with, I guess, like her daughter or her sister, but like, it's like an older woman, like in her 60s, so she might have a daughter that's in her, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not judgmental, okay? So I really don't know how old these people are. I can't really tell the difference when it comes to certain races. Can't tell. Like, even for me, like, people don't think I'm a whole adult. She didn't think I was a whole adult. So, every time I see them on the back porch, I say, hey, good morning, whatever. Okay, so, like, this porch that I'm sitting on is, like, the living room back porch. My back porch to my bedroom is this one right here, where you see the plants. Those are my plants. Those are my bamboo plants. Um, and I come out here because this one has the actual, like the big table. That one over there holds my mini roses and my orchid and all that. So it's like my plant. my plant back porch. And then if I want to get some fresh air, I just go back there and stand back there or whatever. But I only see them when I'm back here. So I always say, hey. They say, hey back. Yesterday, I was so focused on my work, I really wasn't like in the hey mood, so to say. So, um, my husband come back. If y'all watch my video, make sure y'all check that out. My husband comes over. He comes a couple times to the video, right? I'm sitting out here yesterday on my live, and he comes and he's checking on me, right? And then so the last time he comes out here, he comes with these two bags of candy. One is like Skittle, and the other one is like cotton candy or whatever. Um, so he's like, hey, so the neighbor just came over, and I'm like, well, which neighbor? Because we do have the issue since we've been at this resort with the neighbor downstairs. So I thought it was the neighbor downstairs bringing us some candy, and I'm like, but you seem to be like not liking us, but it wasn't them, so it was her. So my husband told me that when he went to go answer the door, she was like shocked to see a white man, right? So, cause my husband is a Caucasian, 36-year-old man, or 37, one of the two. And um, she was like, "Are those your kids on the back porch?" And he was like, "No." She asked him, "Do you have kids on the back porch?" And so she was like, he said, "Yeah, my wife and my kids are back there." So then she go to tell him like, "Those I saw African American kids." I say, he say, "Yeah." So my husband said that she just passed the candy off and was like, "Oh, okay," and passed the candy and said what she said, and then gave me a compliment on my cooking. So he was bringing me the candy right when she was coming back on her back porch, and then he was like, "Oh, this coming from the neighbor," and I turned around and she was just sitting in her seat, and I'm like, "Thank you so much." This is before I knew this whole story. I was like, so I'm, um, I gave the kids the candy. You know, we all sitting out here. I'm trying the candy or whatever because apparently the lady son owns a business, and I guess when he was visiting his mom, he had dropped off some candy from his work or whatever, his business. And so she wasn't going to eat the candy because I guess she felt like the candy was too sweet for her, as it was, because it was definitely too sweet for me. I don't eat a lot of candy unless it's chocolate. And yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And then that also goes to say, like, everywhere we go, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always these awkward moments where, well, not awkward for me, but it's like awkward for the other people when they're like looking at me, looking at my mans, looking at the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we go to a restaurant, and of course it's like a family of six, it's a big family. So they're like, oh, okay, how many? And sometimes, like, if I go in, because, like, I'm not going to lie, like, I be talking for my man sometimes. Or, like, well, some people would say I'm, like, more in my masculine or whatever. And, I just be doing what I, I be doing what I do. Like, I've been single for a long time before him, or whatever. But anyway, that's besides the point. So, uh, yeah. So like even when we go like to restaurants, that's what I was saying. Even like we go in restaurants, they'll just assume like my man's not my man, like we're not together or something. So they be like, oh, it's always that oh, that oh, like first of all, why are you even making an assumption. Like, it's not your place to make any assumptions about anybody relationship at all. Like, and if he wasn't my man, then what? Then would it be wrong for him to be with me? You know what I'm saying? Like all these, like even though no, I don't care too much about what people think, but it's like it's going to be there. It's there. There's no ignoring it. You know, it's like I have embraced the fact that there are people out here who is genuinely not pleased to see an African American woman and a Caucasian man, Native American man together. And it's so weird because, yes, like, and I think what it is like, because, like, one day, like, um, somebody was asking, like, okay, so how long you and your husband been together? XY amount of years, right? And then they're like, oh, so these kids not his? Um, Biologic? No. But since we're together, yes, like, they be asking some ridiculous other than like the timer. It's okay. It sucks, but I make do. But it sucks, you know. It sucks for people to continually like act the way they act when it comes to interracial couples and blended families, interracial blended families. It's crazy. Like my husband has like a 15 going on 16-year old, and like if he was with us, it's like it wouldn't make it no different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just very judgmental, and kind of like, mm, you know, cause like I get out the house a little bit more than my husband, but here lately he's been getting out the house more than me. But when I'm out the house, when I go do what I do on my soul, and then when I go do those things again, but with him, people be looking at me like, hmm. So yeah, the looks, the stares, the confusion, the assumptions, everything. It's like, hmm, hmm, hmm. You know, I being in a relationship, you know, it's a cultural difference. You know what I'm saying? So it's like two people from two different cultures have to know how to collaborate, and that's something within that's its own challenge. Okay, because that's collaborating parenting, collaborate in food, collaborating in like you know um, intercourse. Um, you know, collaborate meaning especially in intercourse meaning like like the expectations and stuff like that, so to speak. Um, you know, the different interests, and all those like it's a lot of different things when it comes to like a cultural different, racial different ordeal. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you've been with like when two people from two different worlds come together, it's a beautiful thing because you're learning so much. You're learning a small piece of that culture. You know what I'm saying? And then you take that and you kind of make that your own, and it's just different. And then like, and yes, it's different. It's a beautiful different because it's like there's something that you didn't have and now you have it, and now that's something that you can cherish for the rest of your life. But people don't look at it like that. People look at it like it has to be your motive behind it, like, oh, like here recently oh, like sugar daddy, or um, you know, uh, in the course with a African American woman or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just wild. Honestly, it's wild as if like people can't come together, genuinely love each other, build, and build something, and be happy. Like as if that's a foreign thing. Like that's so foreign. Like what's that about? But yeah, that's interesting. Um, and then the other thing I want to talk about is like I said, the people that live downstairs. Now, mind you, I lived in one apartment and then a townhouse and then a house. Okay, so now never had any complaints in nowhere, none of the places I lived ever, especially the apartment because this resort is built like an apartment style. And I kid you not, I'm gonna start working on my computer. So I'm gonna bring this back, and hopefully you can still hear me because I don't want to talk too loud. But but the people downstairs are like, because every day at 8 o'clock, 8:30, we always get a knock on our door. Oh, y'all being too loud. But mind you, quiet hours aren't until 11 o'clock. So at first they came. The first time they came up here, I didn't answer the door. My husband did because I think I was in the shower or something. Yeah, I was in the shower. I was in the shower, so by the time I got out, everybody was like, "The neighbor came upstairs. The neighbor came upstairs," and I'm like, "Okay, what happened?" Like, "Oh, we were being too loud," and I'm like, "What? What you talking about?" The neighbor say, I was like, "Gotta accept it." So neighbor say, "Hey, I got a 4-year-old downstairs that's trying to get some sleep. So yeah." I'm like, okay, not be. My husband said, okay, no worries, he got you. That's what my husband said. That's what he said. Okay, my husband said the neighbor downstairs said that. My husband said that's what he said. Said the neighbor. So I was like, oh my god, like really? So then the front desk started calling. The front desk started calling, and um, the first time the front desk called, I missed it, but I wasn't gonna call them back, like, cause anybody can harass me, like, the fuck, like, you call the front desk for what? For what? There is rules. We have rules. Everyone has rules. You don't gotta shut the fuck up until 11 o'clock. Excuse my mouth. So, boom. I don't even know you. I don't know you. Oh. But yeah, see, I get caught up in my own little internet world over here. So, front office call, I didn't answer that call because I literally, like, as soon as I picked up the receiver, like, they hung up the call. So then the other night, the night before last, they called me again. So I answered the phone. So they was like, hey, we just calling to make sure everything's okay because we had got a complaint of some noise, da 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 da. And I'm like, noise? Like, I don't hear anything. Like, we just got done eating dinner. Like, what noise? So she was like, so then I said to her, I was like, you want me to go outside and see if there's some noise going on outside? Because there's no noise here. Literally, like, I'm not being funny. Like, there literally wasn't no noise going on in our unit. Like, it was a Friday night. We was watching movies. And, oh yeah, today Monday. Yeah, Monday, so the night before yesterday. So it wasn't Saturday, it was Friday night. It was Friday night. We was watching movies. We had some good grub. And yeah, we was chilling the whole house. Yeah, the kids was walking around, but what the fuck? Excuse my mouth. So yeah. So she was like, oh no, it's perfectly fine. You know, the neighbors were saying that they was hearing noises, and but quiet hours don't start until 11 p.m. And I'm like, okay, and got off the phone. So I was like, babe, they called the office again. Now I was like, the front office confirmed that it was at 11 because we assumed it was at 10. Because based on the voucher that we had, it said 10 o'clock. Not voucher, the brochure. Um, so, yeah. So, then last night happened. Okay, mind you, nobody was in the house for at least 2 hours, okay? Everybody was out. The boy, Tim, my oldest son, Zion, and the toddler from Molly, they had went to the store. Me and DJ and Claudia, we went out for a stroll, made some YouTube videos, made some TikTok videos, and that's what that was. We was doing that for 2 hours. We all came, and then everybody kind of like pulled up at the same time. And then like I continued to play outside with with the kids. So when my husband pulled up, when Tim pulled up, Zion came chasing after me. So we was all just running around, like we were just running around having a good time. And yeah, so now it was time for us to figure out what we was gonna do, getting the kids in the showers, you know, the norm, right? So then, um, I'm changing everybody's sheets and everything like that. And then so while I'm changing the boys, well, I ain't gonna say changing the boys' sheets, I was helping them make up their bed. And I hear like a voice that I'm not familiar with. And then I'm like, I poke my head out the boy's door and I look over and I see at the front door and I see Tim is talking to a man that I never seen before. So at first I was just gonna brush it off, but I was like, oh wow, maybe that's the neighbor downstairs. So I stand in the doorway, I smile, and I'm looking at the man, eyeing him up and down, trying to figure out what the heck do he want. This is my first time seeing this man. And he's like, yeah, my wife, yeah, noise, yeah, my 4-year-old basically sleeps basically in the same room downstairs as my boys, right? Our boys. And I'm like, oh, I say, and I'm looking at this man. And my husband is looking at me like, and I'm looking at this man. And I said, we'll try our best. We'll do what we can. My husband was like, but there's no noise coming from up here. And I'm like, I know they want to argue. But sometimes we got to pick and choose our battles. And this man isn't trying to fight. What this man is doing is speaking on his wife's behalf. His wife is the one that got the problem. But he's sending his husband, but she is sending her husband up here to do her dirty work. Because his wife is the one that's telling him that we are being too loud, we're doing too much walking, and it's disturbing her 4-year-old because he's trying to go to sleep at 8 p.m. when everyone in our house just got home. And everyone in our house is trying to get ready and prepare for bed. But we're walking around too much in our unit because her 4-year-old trying to go to sleep at 8 o'clock at a vacation resort. Okay, so I say I'll try my best to keep the noise at a, I don't know, we'll try our best to do whatever it is that you guys are saying that we're not keeping control of, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the hell was going on, right? I don't know what to say, besides okay. Because he was already like, I don't want no problems. I don't want, and I'm like, okay, just tell your wife we'll work something out. Now, mind you, we eat dinner. Everybody, we continue doing what we do. I finish up with the beds, making everybody beds, making sure everybody do their showers, and so now we try to figure out dinner. So we just end up getting pizza or whatever because I was tired and he was tired. So we do pizza. And I gained like 3 pounds. Okay, so yeah. um, yeah, I swear to you, 10:30 comes. I'm in the kitchen, closing down the kitchen, and the phone rings. Everybody in bed. Everybody in bed. Everybody is in bed. We are literally walking out of the kitchen, hit the light switch, walking towards our room, and the phone rings at 10:30. And I look at the caller ID, and it's the front office. And before I can press the answer button, they hang up. So literally, it rang for like one ring, basically. It rang for one ring. Honestly, I think the front doesn't even get inside of her ass, honestly, because it wasn't even 11 o'clock. But I was like, okay, well, maybe they ain't calling about, well, they had to be calling about it. But a reminder that it's 10:30, it's time for whatever. But now the front desk is disturbing us because of somebody downstairs who is saying that we're being disruptive when we're not, when we're just living, not because they chose to be on the first floor and they can hear everything, but demand peace and quiet when there's 6 people living above them. Now, I'm not going to live in anxiety with anxiety because someone downstairs is having a oversensitive reaction to noise at 8 p.m. So it's utterly unfair for us because we have to be like, oh no, stop walking normally, walk on your tippy toes because the neighbor. No, that's not comfortable. That's unacceptable, and I'm not going to continue doing that to my children because they little heavy foot, or because my toddler is running across the floor, which I'm sure that their toddlers run across the floor, but no one is living under them to complain about them. So why, why live up under somebody and draw a complaint when no one is under you to draw a complaint? You got a toddler, I have a toddler. Well, 4-year-old isn't considered a toddler, but I have a 3-year-old, and they have a 4-year-old, and I have 11s, 10, and 9-year-olds too. And what the hell? Well, I just know next time they come to the door, I'm not gonna be so nice because we gonna have a few more days here anyway. But I'm gonna try to make it as pleasant as possible. I told my husband that I'm gonna go down there with some bath salt and candles and um, have her ass chill the hell out because she's tripping. That's how I feel. So I'm pretty sure if the roles was reversed, I'm pretty sure they'll be up here making just as much normal noise like everybody else. I'm not gonna have nobody sitting here nitpicking about every single noise that we make upstairs. No, unless they want to pay for, um, well, the they want to pay for what is it like medical bills because they cause an anxiety in our family. Then hey, so be it. This is unnecessary stress for nothing. So yeah, it's been 30 minutes, guys. It was nice being here, ranting about, little things. But those little things don't make up the big picture, right? It's just little small things. But I'll be back. I do have some work I have to get done. It is only 8:47 here in the morning. So I do have a lot of stuff to get done. I just wanted to come here, I guess, get my profile into the algorithm of some sort and just, if you see this video, please tap it and like, subscribe, all those different things because it's very important to me and my children that, we have enough subscribers that we're able to eventually monetize our accounts. So then therefore, all of us are enjoying ourselves and providing content that you like and that we enjoy creating. All right, so again, have a wonderful day. I will be back because I do um, intend to go over the second book that I did publish on my blog on medium.com. So if you are watching this video this far, please make sure you subscribe and then you comment or even like, and that's enough. Okay, so you can comment and just say great video or anything like that, but I will also drop a link in the comment section where you guys can go take a look at my what do you call it, my Medium blog account, so you guys can go and see what books and stuff that you find interesting that I created. short stories and things like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.